Hello and welcome to Pilates with Brooke. This class is going to be all about the booty. We are going to strengthen the glutes and all the muscles that surround our hip joint. So do the best you can and let's get started.
We're going to begin laying flat on our back with our feet hip bone width apart. We're finding our neutral pelvis, so the lower spine is slightly arched up, the rib cage is closed in, and the belly button pulls into the spine. Reach the arms long by your side, open through the chest, so draw the shoulder blades together and slide the head away from the shoulders. Take an inhale through the nose into the chest, and now exhale, just rock the pelvis, push the lower back firmly in, squeeze the belly button in, and then inhale, come back to the neutral pelvis. Again, exhale, imprint that spine, lifting the tailbone up, and then inhale, neutral. One more time like that. Exhale, imprint. Inhale, arch that back slightly up. Now we're going to articulate the spine up into our bridge. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, rock the pelvis, imprint the spine, squeeze the bottom, push the feet into the mat, and peel the pelvis up one vertebrae at a time until you come to your shoulder blades. Head is sliding away from the shoulders, belly button is drawn in tight. Take an inhale. And now exhale, slowly roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. That tailbone resists coming down. You're really articulating through the spine. Find your neutral pelvis. Take another inhale. Exhale, rock it, imprint it, squeeze the bum, peel yourself all the way back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, round yourself all the way down. We're gonna do it one more time and then we're gonna start working into those glutes. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, imprint, squeeze the bum, peel yourself all the way up. Inhale at the top, belly button draws in, and then exhale, round yourself all the way down. Good. So find your neutral pelvis. We're working from this neutral pelvis. Inhale for me. Exhale, just lift the hips, squeeze into the glute max. So your glute max helps extend the hips, meaning open into the front of the hips. So you really want to squeeze the bottom, thinking of reaching the pelvis up higher. If it bothers your lower back, then lower just a little bit, but just make sure you're really squeezing into the bottom. The feet are firmly pressed into the mat. You're not rolling to the outside of the foot, letting those knees open. And now inhale, tap the hips all the way down. Exhale, pop them up. We got 15 here. Exhale, pop it up. Squeeze the bottom. 10 more. Really press the big toe into the mat. Good. 8 more. Squeeze it. Last 6. Warming those glutes up. Hamstrings should be firing as well. We have 4 more here. 4. 3. Make sure you're reaching the chin towards the chest. 2. Last one. Hold at the top. We're going to do little pulses. Lower a little bit and then squeeze up for 15. Lower and lift. Good. 10 more here. 10. Good. 8. Should be feeling a little bit of a burn. 6. 4. 2. Last one. Hold at the top for 10 seconds. Really squeeze into the bottom. Think of the knees reaching to the end of your mat. See if you can lift the hips up a little bit higher. Tuck the tailbone towards the back of the thighs. And now lower yourself all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest to stretch your spine for just a moment. And then we're going to find first position with our feet and do it all again. So bringing your feet together now. Then turn your toes out. Let the knees open. So you're making a V shape with your feet. Heels together, toes apart. Arms long by your side. Neutral pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, pop it up. Squeeze again into the bottom, keeping those knees out as well. And then bring it back down. Again, lift and squeeze. We got 15 of these. Pull that tummy in. Make sure you're not lifting the rib cage up to the sky. You want to stay into a straight line. Those shoulder blades stay firmly grounded onto the floor. I've lost count. Let's do 9 more here. Good. Squeeze the bottom. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Hold at the top. Little pulses up again. 15. 2. Good. Squeeze it. 3, 4. So remember, if it bothers your lower back, don't lift as high, but really focus the effort onto the glute max. Beautiful. I've lost count again. I'm so bad about that. As soon as I start talking, my counting goes out of my head. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, squeeze, 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 2. Hold at the top. Good. Tuck the tailbone towards the thighs. Little pulses out with those legs for 10, 9, 8. Small movements. 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Inhale at the top, pull the tummy in. Exhale, bring yourself all the way down. Hug the knees into your chest. Good. Let those glutes get a little bit of a stretch here. And now we're going to go into single leg bridges. If you do have any hip issues and single leg bridges do not feel good for you, then you're just going to do parallel like we did to start with both feet grounded. So I want you to bring both feet towards the floor or onto the floor. You're going to find your neutral pelvis. Then I want you to bring your right ankle and I want you to cross it onto that knee, the left knee. This right knee is still in line with the shoulder and hip. We're not opening it out to the side for a stretch. It's just hanging out here. We want to maintain that neutral pelvis that stays parallel to the ground the whole time. Arms long by your side, strong into that shoulder girdle, rib cage closed, belly button drawn in, neutral pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, pop it up. So now we're squeezing just into that left glute. And now tap it down. We got 15 here. 2, 3, all the way down. Tap the hip, all the way up. 4. Good. Full range of motion. 5. You got it. Squeeze it up there. We have 5 more, and then we're going to stay up for our pulses. 5, 4, yes, feel the burn. 3, 2. Hold it at the top. Make sure the pelvis is parallel. Pulse the hips up for 10. Squeeze it. 9, 8. Oh, 7. Excuse me, we're supposed to be doing 15 here. We got 10 more. 10, 9, 8. Good. 7. Squeeze it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Hold it at the top. Bring your right knee into a tabletop position. Check your pelvis. Make sure that right hip is not lower than the left. Hug the abdominals in tight. Inhale, extend that right leg out parallel. Exhale, bend it back to tabletop. Again, inhale, extend, squeezing into that left bottom and tabletop 3 more times. Inhale, reach, and exhale, tabletop. Good. 2 more. And tabletop. Last one here. Reach it. Tabletop. Lower that right foot down. Center the hips out up in your bridge. Inhale for me. And exhale, round the spine down this time. Good. Really stretching into the vertebrae. Then take your left leg, cross it over. We're now going to stretch that left hip. Curl yourself up. Wrap your hands around that right thigh. So the left arm goes into that triangle shape you've made. And then let the head come down. Flex the feet. And then pull that leg in towards you. You can take your left elbow and gently press that hip open to get a little deeper into the stretch. And then you can just do little rocks to the side, especially as you go to the right. You're gonna feel that left hip stretch a little bit deeper. Good, take 1 more breath here. And then gently release. Good, so that left leg is gonna stay on that right leg, but now you're gonna line that knee up with your shoulder, okay? Feet are just nice and relaxed. Right foot firmly pressed into the mat. Ready? Neutral pelvis. Inhale to prepare, rib cage closed. Exhale, pop the hip up. Good. So remember, keep the pelvis nice and parallel to the ground. That left knee is not open out wide to the side. It's just in line with the shoulder. Now tap it down and lift it back up. Good. 15 here. Firmly pressing that right foot into the floor, including that big toe. Good. 10 more. Pull that tummy in tight. Good. Squeeze it. 6, 5, 2. Last one. We're going to stay up. Ready? Little pulses for 15. Release and squeeze. 2, 3. You got this. We have 5 more from here. 5, 4, squeeze it, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there. Pull the tummy in tight. Bring your left knee into tabletop, toe pointed. Check your pelvis. Make sure it's parallel to the ground. Inhale, extend that left leg out parallel to the right leg. Exhale, bend it back to tabletop. Again, inhale, squeeze that right bottom, lengthen that left leg long, and tabletop. 3 more here. Inhale, reach, and bring it back in. Last 2. Pull that tummy in, and bend. Last 1, and bend. Lower that foot down. Get those feet nice and parallel, center out. Inhale, exhale, slowly roll down, really articulating through that spine. Beautiful. And then take that right leg across the left, curl up, grab onto that left leg, let the head come back down. Flex both feet, gently pull that left leg in as you gently press the right leg away from you with the elbow. Good. And then you can rock just a little bit to that left side. Feel that right hip get a nice stretch. Good. And we are officially done with our bridge work. So we're going to now roll onto our sides. So release the leg, let the feet come down, and then just turn on your side towards the screen. Good. We're going to go into clamshell. We're going to start our side laying work all the way down onto the mat. So our head is going to be supported by our bottom arm. Your knees are going to be bent in. They're not perfectly parallel, or excuse me, you're not at a 90 degree at the hip. They're just a little bit away from you. I want your feet to be flexed. Your top hand comes here. Actually, let's place it on our hip and push the hip forward just a little bit. We want to make sure our hips stay stacked and that hip doesn't open out to the side. So that hand there is going to kind of remind you to keep it in position. You ready? You open the knee, okay? Your toes can come apart if you prefer. Just make sure when you open the knee, you're not shifting the hip back. We want to keep that hip reaching forward. So we really isolate into our gluteus medius here on the side. And now lower the knee and open for 15. Close and open. Good. Pulling that tummy in tight. 5, 6. Keep that hip reaching forward. 7, 8. Nice. 9, 10. You have 5 more. Squeeze it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there, little pulses. Lift and lower for 15. 2, 3. Keep that hip reaching forward. 4, 5. Good. 6. Should be getting nice little burns. 8, 10. You have 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down. Lift the feet now. Open and close. Open and close. Good. Keeping that top hip reaching forward just slightly, okay? It's not actually going farther forward than your bottom hip, but you're just trying to keep it nice and parallel. Good. We're almost done with these. We have 8 more here. 8. You're going to feel this a little bit into that inner thigh as well. 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, feel the burn, love the burn. 3, 2, hold it up, little pulses. 1, 2, good. 3, oh yeah. 4, 5, 6. Good. 5 more. Oh yes. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Bring the knees together, lower the feet down. Fabulous. Now we're going to push ourselves up and we're going to come onto our forearms, okay? So making certain that we're lifting up out of the shoulder. Don't sink into it, otherwise you're going to get a really stiff neck and that's not a good thing. We're going to lengthen our legs out nice and long. Bring the top hand up. If you notice, I'm not sagging here, okay? You want to think of kind of a band wrapped around your rib cage, lifting you up towards the sky. Lift the top leg up. So I have both legs lengthened and parallel, hips are stacked, feet are flexed. So I'm firing into the quad. I'm pushing through that heel, really lengthening that leg long, and give me small circles. Good. We got 15 one direction. 5, 7, 9, 10, 5 more here. Keep those toes pointed straight forward. Small circles, not huge ones. And now reverse directions, 15. Lift up out of that shoulder. Good, you're gonna feel a little bit into the obliques as well here. 8 more. 7, 6, 4, 2, and hold it here. Pull the tummy in, lift a little higher, little pulses up. 15, 2, 3, you got it. 4, 5, 7, 9. Good, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Bend your knees in. We're gonna shift to the other side. But first I wanna do a mermaid stretch to stretch into that waistline. So you're gonna flip your legs to the other side. Your legs can be stacked or staggered. You're gonna grab onto your shin, reach the arm up, inhale, exhale, lift and lengthen over. Yes, that should feel really good. Good. So this is the side that was working, okay? So you wanna make sure this side was lifted to the ceiling. So we're stretching it and opening it. Good. And now bring yourself up. We're gonna do the other side, clamshell first. So coming all the way down, letting our head rest on our arm. Knees are just a little bit away from the hips, so we're not at 90 degrees. Hips are stacked, hand goes onto that hip, feet are flexed. Inhale to prepare, exhale, open and close. Good, 15 here. Nice. Pull the belly button in the whole time, always engaging the core. Good, we got 10 more here. 10. Keep that hip reaching forward. Don't let it open up. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. We're going to hold at the top and little pulses. Keep that hip reaching forward. Good. 4, 5. You got it. 8, 9, 10. 5 more. Squeeze it. 4. Keep that hip reaching forward. 3, 2, and 1. Close it. Good. Now we're going to lift the feet up. Keep the feet flexed. Open that hip. Make sure the hip stays reaching forward and close the leg. Good. Open and close. Pull the tummy in. Good. Should be getting a good burn. You got 10 more here and then we pulse it. 9, 8. Good. 5 more. 4, 3, squeeze it. 2, last one, hold at the top, little pulses, lower and lift for 15. Keep those feet up and lifted. Good, 10 more here. 10, 8, 6. Good, almost there. Give me 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, lower the feet. So now we're gonna lift ourselves up onto our forearm, lining up the joint, shoulder right over that elbow. Legs are gonna go nice and long, feet are flexed. Remember to lift up. So really think about pulling that rib cage away from the floor and the shoulder away from the ear. Top hand pulls up. Lift your top leg, both feet are flexed. Lengthen that leg long, pull the tummy in tight and small circles. Good. You got it. 5 more this direction. And now reverse it. Reach that leg long. Keep those toes pointed straight forward. You have 10 more. Lift up out of that shoulder. Don't sink into it. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now pulses up. Almost done. Good. Yes, you're going to feel it in that waistline as well. You got it. Give me 5 more. 5, 3, and let that leg come down. Good job. Go ahead and bend the knees in, lift yourself up, flip your legs, grab onto the shin, reach the arm up, shoulders down, inhale, exhale, lift up and lengthen over. Open into that side that we just were working. Good, and now bring yourself on up. We're gonna come onto our knees. The hand that was up and lifted is now coming down to the mat. You're gonna open your body to the side and then bring the top fingertips to your head. The leg reaches up and lengthens long. You're gonna pull the belly button in, so really engage the core. Flex that foot and then kick that leg forward for 1, 2, point the toes, squeeze the leg back, flex the foot, kick it forward, 1, 2, lengthen back, squeeze into the glute, 3 more here. Good, 2 more. Last one. And now let that leg come parallel, tap the toe down, lift it up, 15 full range here, 2, 3, good, 4, this is number 8, 9, woo, 10, you got 5 more, 5, 4, pull that tummy in, 3, 2, and 1, let the leg come down. Beautiful. So we're gonna stretch that hip real quick. I want you to shift onto the other hip and then cross that leg over. Slide that bottom foot out and gently come to a seated position. If you're unable to get both hip bones seated onto the ground, you want to take your bottom leg and straighten it out. So we're hugging that knee in, sitting as tall as we can, and then turning towards that hip. So it's just a little bit of a twist and really feeling that glute area get a nice stretch. Good, hold for 1 more breath. And then you unwind that top leg, you bring yourself back up onto your knees, and then you place the other hand down. We're switching to the other side. So that leg goes long, the belly button pulls in, top hand comes to the head, shoulders pull down the back, lift that leg up, flex that foot, pull the tummy in tight, kick the leg forward for 1, 2, point the toes, slide it back, squeeze the bottom, kick it forward, 1, 2, and reach it back. And lengthen it. Squeeze it, last one here. And reach it, and now bring that leg parallel, pull that tummy in tight. Remember, hug it in, tap the leg down, lift it up, 15, 2, push that floor away. Good, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 more here, squeeze that tummy in, 5, 4, 3, you got this, 2, don't give up, 1, and lower it down. Good job. So you're gonna come with the knees, let the hip come down, and then cross that leg over that you just were working. Slide that foot out and try and get both sit bones grounded. So once again, if that is not available to you, if you are very tight in your hips and you can't get into this little pretzel position, then straighten that bottom leg out so that both sit bones are grounded. Hug that knee in. Really sit tall, so lengthen the spine up and then turn slightly towards that hip. Good. Holding here for 2 more breaths. And then we have 1 more thing to do on our tummies. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna turn lengthwise onto our mat, coming all the way onto our stomach. Yay. Almost done. Stack your hands, let your forehead rest on your hands. Lengthen your hips, so wiggle your hips away from your rib cage so you create lots of space in the front of that body. Pull the belly button in and then kind of press your pelvis into the mat. Lengthen your left leg long and then lift the left leg up. Make sure the left hip stays firmly pressed into the ground. Push your right leg into the floor in opposition. Now, you're gonna make little small circles with that leg for 15. 2, squeezing that bottom as you lift the leg up. 4, 6. So you're gonna feel this a little bit into the lower back. You don't want it a lot into the lower back. Give me 5 more here. 5, 4, 3. That's why you gotta pull the tummy in. And now reverse directions, 15. Make sure the top of the foot is still facing down to the ground. 10 more. 9, 8. See if you can lift the leg a little higher without arching the back or lifting that hip up. Good. Give me 5 more. 4. I know my counting might be off. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Flex that foot. Kick the heel to the bottom for 2 counts. Point the toe, reach the leg long. Keep that left hip firmly pressed in, that right foot firmly pressed into the floor. Flex that left foot, kick it in. 1, 2, point the leg and reach it. Again, flex, kick, kick, point, and squeeze the bottom. 10 more. Good. 8 more. Kick, kick, working into the hamstring and then squeezing the bottom as you reach that leg long. Good. Last 5. Good. 4 more. Reach it. Kick, kick. Lengthen it. Last 2. Reach it. Last 1. Good. And reach it and lower that leg down. Good. Bring the hands next to your chest. Dig your knees and lift your hips up. And let's push ourselves back into child's pose to stretch into the hips before we do the other side. Reach those arms long out in front and let that spine stretch. Good. So I want you to walk your hands away from the hip that you were just working. So we were working the left hip. So walk your hands off the right side of your mat and then gently let that left hip soften away from that right side as well. Good. And now walk the hands back to center, center yourself out. Take an inhale, exhale, shift forward, come back onto your belly. So we're gonna work that right leg and then we're gonna be all done. We'll do a final little hip stretch. So stacking the head once again onto those hands, walking the hips away from the rib cage, pressing that pelvis in, pulling the tummy in and up. So you protect that lower spine area. Go ahead and lift your right leg up. Push the left foot into the floor. Keep the right hip pressed into the floor as well. And now small circles for 15. 3, good. 4. Don't lift so high that it's all about the lower back. You want to keep that pelvis nice and grounded. So you feel a little bit into the lumbar spine, but not a whole lot. This should be all glute and hamstring. Give me 5 more here. 4, 3, 2, and reverse it. 15, 2, 3. Keep that left foot firmly pressed into the ground. 10 more. Keep that right hip grounded. Pull that tummy in and up. 5, 3, 1. Hold it there. Pull that tummy tight. Flex the foot. Kick the heel to the bottom for 1, 2. Point the toe. Reach the leg long. Squeeze the bottom. Flex. Kick, kick. That knee is up and lifted. Reach it. Kick, kick, point, and lengthen. Kick, kick, point, and lengthen. Flex. We got 10 more. Shh, shh, point, flex, shh, shh, point. 8 more. Shh, shh, point, and reach it. Good. Shh, shh, and lengthen it. You should be feeling a really big burn here. 5 more and we're done. Shh, shh, point and reach it. And lengthen it. Last 3. Kick, kick, point. Press that left leg into the mat. Kick, kick, point. Reach it. Last 1. Kick, kick, point, and reach it. And lower the leg down. Yay! Fabulous work. Bring the hands to the hips. Dig the knees and lift the hips up. And let's push back into child's pose. We are done. Reach those arms long. Let that spine release. Hips to the heels, fingertips reaching to the top of the mat, forehead resting down. Good. Letting those hips press gently towards the heels. Deep, deep breath here. Good. And now slide the hands by the hips or by the knees. Lift yourself up. Swing your legs around. So we're going to stretch the hip and the hamstring real quick. So I want you to extend your left leg long out in front of you and flex that foot. Take the right leg across. Hug the knee in. So this is the modified pretzel twist that we were doing earlier. I want you to lift up out of the hip and gently turn towards that right hip. Hug it in. Good. Nice. And then face back towards that left foot. If you are able to, if you're unable to do this, you're just going to stay with what we just did. But I want you to try and wrap that right leg around, okay? So your knees
are gonna try and be stacked. I want you to flex that bottom foot. So if this irritates your knee, you can also open it out to the side like so, okay? You don't have to have it completely wrapped around. Really push through that heel and sit tall. Inhale, flex that foot. Exhale, soften yourself over. Good. This is pretty intense on that hamstring. Really push through that heel and just soften yourself down. Walking your hands towards those toes, scooping the belly button in. Good, taking some deep breaths here. You're gonna feel this into that outer thigh as well, into your IT band, gluteus medius. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently bring yourself up. Good, let's switch legs. Right leg goes out, left leg bends, crosses over, hug the knee in, sit tall, and give just a little bit of a twist. Good, just a little bit of a hip stretch here. Good. And now we're gonna center ourselves out, take that right foot, bring it around, try and stack the knees as best you can. Remember, if it bothers your knee, if you're unable to do that, then you're just gonna come to a figure four with that foot flexed, that's on you. Sitting nice and tall, really extend through that right leg. Flex that foot, inhale, and then exhale, walk your hands out. Just drape yourself over. So you're actively pushing that right heel out and away, reaching for those toes, scooping the belly button in, and then just softening over the thigh. Good. Holding for 2 more breaths here. Soften a little deeper. 1 more deep breath. And then bring yourself up, unwind that leg, and we are all done. So very good job. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel very strong in your hips and that you'll think of me tomorrow when you're a little bit sore. Come back, work out with me again, subscribe, tell your friends, and I can't wait to have you join me again. Let me know if you like the workout. I would love to hear from you. Take care and may God bless you.